today, for our math activity, we're going to make one of these clocks. It's going to be your personal clock that you're going to make, and we are going to use it to help us figure out time intervals and then tell time using analog clocks, right? This is an analog sort of clock. 18.1 is about measuring time intervals, and the T is 3.1a, 3.1e, and 3.7c. So it's geometry and measurement. All right, so what we're going to do is first you need to have supplies, right, in order for you to make your very own clock. Okay, so what we need are, your teachers have this supplies already. You need one of these that has both of the little clocks. This is Long Larry and Short Shirley. Short Shirley always points to the hour. Long Larry always points to the minute. Okay, and we'll learn about that. You need your plate, a brad for the middle to hold your clock hands. Some of you, or all of you, depending on if you want this, will get this already pre-made, and then you just have to cut it out. And you'll also need some different colors, okay? So these are just the colors that I chose. You can choose any colors, but I would recommend that everyone use black to indicate the hours. For the minutes, though, if you want to have some fun, you can use a different color, okay? So on the example clock, I used black. See, the hours and the minutes, I used black. But if you want to use a different color for your minutes, like I'm going to do in this example, you can do that, okay? So here's my colors that I'm going to use. I've got my brad, my plate, my arrows, my clock hands, and then my cutout, if I'm going to use this, okay? So I think for this example, I will use it, but I will also go over my minutes in a different color. So first, what I want to do is, I think I'm going to use my purple to do my minutes. Okay, so this would be 12 o'clock. These are my minutes. Okay, and then this is going to be all of these in here that I'm going to do my minutes on. Okay, so you'll notice that I started making this one in different colors so that I could see my minutes, right? And what I noticed that when I pre-made this, I must have been in such a hurry that I missed one of the minute hands. So let me go through so you guys can correct yours also if you're using one of these papers, okay? Let's get that done first. So for every hour, I just made these darker, right? There's 12, and then I was counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's 1 o'clock. See how it's darker? 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's 2 o'clock. That's darker. 1, 2, 3, and then I was like, oh my goodness, I think I forgot one of the minutes here. So all you have to do is put a little line in between that little gap, and then make sure you color your 3 o'clock a little bit darker, and then there we go, fixed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 o'clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 o'clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock. 6 o'clock. And you'll notice how there are some different size gaps, right, in between here and here, and definitely over here. That's because it's made by hand, right? And then whenever we make anything by hand, the unit of the measurements are not going to be precise, but we're just going to use it as a general area so that we can learn how to take time, right? If we were using a real analog clock, or a Judy clock like some of your teachers have, and they might take it out and show you, those spaces, the inner spaces between the minutes and the hour hands, or the hour indicators, are all precisely measured. But since we're drawing this, they're going to be a little out of measurement, okay? They're not all going to match extremely. And you'll see once you finish your own clock. All right, so I'm done doing that. And I'm glad that I did that in a different color because it lets you see the difference between the minutes and then the actual hour clock, hour time, okay? So remember, between here and here, you have to put that one more little minute and then color it in a different color for your minute indicator, and then that will fix these copies, okay? All right, after you're done with that, okay, here we go, done with that. Now we're gonna take our plate and see how it fits on top. So you're gonna glue it on top, but before we do that, we want to make the hole. Now your teachers are going to instruct you on how to do this. They might use scissors or an X-Acto knife. This is an X-Acto knife and only teachers can use this. You are not allowed to use this in 3rd grade without teacher or parent supervision, okay? So you cannot use one of these. I'm going to use one because it's really easy for me to make the hole in the middle for the brad. See? They're very sharp and you can hurt yourself. So I'm going to do this. And then make sure that my arrow right in the middle. Done. Okay. Now I have to be safely and then that way it's closed. And we'll take the glue stick. And then we will go all around the outer edge of your box. Almost around glue. All the way around your clock. Okay? So it sticks down nicely around the outer edges. And then go in the middle. So that it sticks down, okay? Alright. Then, you want to get your plate, and if you're doing this, go ahead and put it on there, and then just kind of press down. See that? Turn the plate and press it down. There you go. And then now we've got this piece done, okay? Alright. While this is drying, because we put some glue in the middle, and I don't want the brad to stick to it, I should have thought about that first. But if you're making your clocks after you see this video, try not to put glue right in the middle. That way you don't have to wait to stick in your brad. Okay. All right. So clock hands. So this is Long Larry. Oop. Okay. Capital L. Long Larry and Short Shirley. All right. Short Shirley always points to the hour. Long Larry points to the minute. And see that on my clock, you can see how I can change the hours or move the hours and move the minutes. Okay, Long Larry is the minute. Short Shirley is the hour. So we can write that on here. Short Shirley is the hour. Okay, make sure that you're writing hour, not all the way over here because your clock width may cover your word. So make sure you're writing it on the longer end of the arrow, the tip. Okay, and then Long Larry points to the minute. Okay. Remember, if you wanted to, you could color your minute and your hour hand 2 different colors if you want. That's just to personalize it, okay? You certainly don't have to. What I want to point out while this is still drying for a minute is see how these are already written. It's o'clock, quarter past, half past, and quarter till. So what that is in fractions, because we've all done fractions, right? I'm going to turn this one over. I was going to. That one has Brad. Let me use this one. Okay, so we've all done fractions, right? And in fractions, we know that this could be 1 pi, right? That's 1 pi. And in the pi, we're cutting it in half, right? Isn't this half and half, right? So that's why in time, this is half past, because time is moving and moving and moving and moving and moving and moving. And then here's, you've got half an hour left. Half an hour is past. Now you've got half an hour left. Okay. Then if we do another cut, it turns it into quarters, right? This would be 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, and 1/4. Okay? So if we're cutting it this way, time starts here. This is 1/4 of an hour, right? Quarter past an hour. That's what that would be, right? You're going, quarter past. So then this would be QUARTERPAST, quarter past. This is half past. Now you've got 15 more minutes that has passed. And then what would this be? You've got how much time left? 15 minutes until the next hour. That would be quarter till the next hour. This is quarter past the hour. Over here, this would be quarter till. There would be 1/4 left of the hour. Okay, and then up here, this is always o'clock. So if you're thinking of it in fraction terms, this is a quarter past 1/4. This is another quarter. 1/4 plus 1/4, or 1/4 plus 1/4 is half. That's why this is half past the hour. This here, time's moving. 15 more minutes has passed. This is 15 minutes. Let me write that down for you. This is 15 minutes. This is 15 minutes. This is 15 minutes. And this is 15 minutes. Okay? Right here. Starts, going. 15 minutes has passed, or 1/4 of the hour has passed. Going. Time's moving on. Another 15 minutes has passed. 15 plus 15 is equal to 30 minutes. Okay? 30 minutes has passed. That's why it's half past the hour, because an hour is 60 minutes. So then I'm going. This is another 15 minutes added to the 30. That's 45 minutes have passed. So there's a quarter till. There's 15 minutes until the next hour. Okay? So that's why sometimes in word problems, they might say, Miss Martinez has math class until half past the hour. So half past the hour would mean whatever the time is, 30. To be precise, let's say Miss Martinez has math class until 10:30. Who thinks they know what time 10:30 is? It's 10:30. Okay, so that's why some people say, I have an appointment at a quarter to noon. What time would be a quarter till noon? The time would be 11:45. Okay, so these are the terms that you'll hear in measuring time intervals or read in word problems sometimes. Okay, so that's a little snapshot. Now, that's why you see them on here. O'clock, quarter past, half past, and a quarter till. Remember, 15 minutes, quarter past. Another 15 minutes, that's 30. That's half past the hour. 15 minutes, that's quarter till the hour, because there's 1/4 until the next hour. Okay. Now let's put our little brads in. Let me see. I think I made this with the X-Acto knife too, because it was easier for me. So this is the way we're going to do our brads. You put the hour in front of the minute. Short Shirley goes in front of the minute, right? Ladies first, right here. Okay. Short Shirley in front of Long Larry. Remember, if you're using an X-Acto knife, only teachers can do that. or parents. All right, see, then it goes in nice and neatly. And then I already pre-made my hole. Snaps right in. Push. Okay, and you don't want to make it super tight because you want your Long Larry and Short Shirley clock hand arrows to be able to move, your clock hands, okay? So then you want to put it over. Oh, look, that was right in the middle. Neat. Put it in and then spread your brads. If you want to, you might want to tape these down like I did my first example. I took off the tape so that I could do an example, but if you tape them down, then they don't like float or poke around here. You don't have to tape them down, certainly. Okay. So now that allows me to move my hands. See? You want to kind of be gentle too, because if you pull too much, these are paper, they'll tear. So remember, you're just moving them, okay? And they will get wrinkled from so much movement. But we'll see. Maybe some teachers will laminate them or use cardstock. All right. Okay. And that's it. That's how you do yours, right? If you want to label your quarter past, you can use a light color. I used a yellow highlighter so that I could see the o'clock and half past very easily. See that? Okay. And then you can do the quarter past. Let me move my stuff out of the way. There we go. And do this over here. Okay. There you go. So that you know you can think of these in 25-minute or 15-minute intervals, excuse me. 15-minute intervals. Okay. And right now, for example, this says 3 o'clock. This right here, 3:15, or, right? Is this 3:15 or 3:15? This is 3:20. This is 3:25. Notice how my hour hand moves a little bit, okay? Anytime that the arrow is pointing, Short Shirley is pointing between two whole numbers. Right now, Short Shirley is pointing between the 3 and the 4. Anytime the Short Shirley is pointing between two whole numbers, I said it 2 times because it's important, it is always the previous whole number. Even if Short Shirley is almost at the 4, she's not at the 4 yet, it is still 3 o'clock. So like this. Okay, right now it is 3:50. Let's see. 3:50. See, Short Shirley is not past the 4 o'clock yet. So whenever Short Shirley is between two whole numbers, it's always the previous hour. So it's 3:50. This right now says 3:52 probably. But once she hits that next hour, right? Once she hits that next hour, now it's 4 o'clock. Okay, 4 o'clock. The minute hand still goes. Long Larry, going, going, going. Right now it is still 4:27. Okay, because Short Shirley is between the 4 and the 5. She's between the 4 and the 5, so it is not 5 o'clock yet. It's still 4. Okay, when the shorter hand is pointing between two whole numbers, it's always the previous number. Okay, ladies first, always the previous number. Okay, going, going, going. Time is going. Moving, moving, moving. Now it is 5 o'clock. Okay. This here would be 5:30. Okay. If I'm pointing like this, this is indicating 6:30. Right? Okay. So you get the idea. Hopefully, friends, this will help you because, for instance, a question on an assignment might be, what time? They'll give you an analog clock picture and they'll say, what time is it on the clock? Well, then you'll have to analyze it. Short Shirley is pointing between the 2 and the 3. So it's not 3 o'clock yet. It's still 2. And this minute hand, Long Larry, is pointing at the 6, I guess. And so that means it is 2:06. That's what that means. Okay. All right, friends, good luck. I hope you have fun putting your clocks together. And here are my 2 examples. See? Different. They look different, but they function the same. So I hope you enjoy personalizing your clock, and good luck with measuring time intervals.